Tom, I think it's time we spoke man to man.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. Now, I know you live out in Los Angeles now,
Right.
Which I believe has a population of around 5 million in the sort of city area. And you come originally from a small Welsh village of Pontypridd?
Pontypridd.
Pontypridd?
Yeah.
And how many people would have lived there when you were...
Oh, a couple of thousand, I would think.
So quite a difference, one would imagine.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What are the main differences you noticed between the two cities?
Well, first of all, when I went from Pontypridd to London, that was the big move. You know, that was a big change there.
And did you expect... Now, what did you expect when you went to London? Had you been told that the streets were indeed paved with gold?
No, because we used to go as kids, you know what I mean, with the school and all that. So, but it was a big difference for me to go to England from Wales.
Yeah.
So then coming to America wasn't that big of a step.
But it's fine.
No, exactly. And New York was the first place, and then out here was second. I mean, the first thing you notice is the weather.
Now, there's very little trace of... A lot of people when they come over, a lot of British entertainers, they lose their British accent or whatever part of the country they came from, and they adopt a kind of horrible transatlantic kind of thing, which you haven't.
No.
Was that a conscious decision on your part to maintain a kind of Welsh sound, or...?
Well, not really, because I think the reason is that my wife is Welsh, and my son, and my mother and my sister, you know, we all live here, so I'm speaking to Welsh people quite a bit.
Yeah.
But it's, I wouldn't feel right saying a lot of the, like a bath instead of bath, you know, and stuff like that, and a car, you know, where rolling those R's would be strange. I think to try and put that on would be a bit strange.
And almost impossible for me, of course.
Well, of course,
No, now, you were initially, now obviously, I think everyone knows Tom Jones as a solo performer. That's the time when you achieved your initial burst of fame. You were solo, and since then you have continued to be a solo performer. But you started with a band originally, with the Squires.
Yeah, in Wales, because I was singing in these working men's clubs and dance halls on the weekend, and sometimes a YMCA on a Friday night. So it was to have a band was better than me just getting up there and playing the guitar and singing. You know, there was more to do.
So what happened to the Squires after that? Because you split up and you went solo. But do you know where they are now, or what they're all up to?
Yeah, well, Chris Slade, who was my drummer, is now with AC/DC.
So because I assumed they'd all gone back, and there was no disrespect intended to them or anything, but you always get the feeling that when bands are with someone and someone goes to a huge stardom, and the rest of them, it's like a kind of Pete Best syndrome, and they go back to being panel beaters or stocking supermarket shelves, and it must be kind of a weird feeling.
Well, some of them did, but the drummer, you know, as I say, he shaved his head.
Yeah.
And he's with AC/DC with me, you know, he's just he had hair like yours, actually.
He had a full and lavish display, a bouffant hairdo.
Exactly.
And now he's bald as a coot.
Exactly.
Yeah, but deliberately so.
Yeah, but he's playing rock and roll, and that's what he always wanted to do. And the guitarist that I had is with Dave Edmonds, who plays a lot with...
Oh, that's good.
So the two of them did, but the other ones went back home.
But after the Squires and you'd had some success on that, you played, I believe, on the same bill at one time as the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, well, when I first came to London, I would be opening for different people. Before I had It's Not Unusual. So one of the gigs was, there was a club in Oxford Street called Beat City. And so I played there for like about 2 weeks, I think.